DCS 2.9 Open Beta will be releasing soon, and it's jam-packed with new features. Let's take a look at what we can expect in 2.9 this week's DCS Radar. Eagle Dynamics hasn't released a date yet for DCS 2.9 Open Beta, but they told us that it's coming, and it's coming soon. You can expect to see new voice chat features and immersive radio effects, data link improvements for the F-16C, the F-18C, the A-10, and the AH-64D. New cinematic camera view, new 3D models like the B-1B Lancer, the B-52H, the S-3B, the S-3 Tanker, the C-Ram, the S-300PS, and more. AI aircraft behavior improvements, troops transport on player-controlled vehicles. Up to now, you needed a mod to do that. Nvidia DLSS support, and much more. Let's dive deeper into the new multiplayer server user interface, which adds more convenient ways for you to interact and choose aircraft slots in a multiplayer server. This capability, which has been a highly requested feature by the community, will permit you to view all aircraft spawn slot locations on the map and to select directly from there. ED also added a filter system for the slot list that will be built into the interface. So when a slot is picked from the list, the map view will jump to that slot location. Additionally, they are completing a new kind of aircraft slot that will be dynamically added by the filter system based on the availability and inventory of the airfield warehouse. This new dynamic system will not replace traditional slots, but will add convenience for mission designers and will coexist with regular spawn slots. The system of dynamic slots will distribute spawns to parking positions automatically and will not need any additional placement of aircraft from the mission designer. When spawning into a dynamic slot, users will be able to choose aircraft type, hot or cold start, and all parameters that are available in the rearming panel. ED are in regular contact with community server hosts and content creators who are helping out greatly with their excellent feedback. Up next is the Datalink improvements. This helps you know what others on your team are targeting. So starting off with the Viper, currently data-linked flight members are limited to the same 4-ship group as set in the mission editor. With this update, it will now be based on the fighter channel and the source track number, or STN. This will allow you to set aircraft outside a group to your team of aircraft 1 to 8, and even change this while in mission. You can also set up to 4 donors, but those must be set prior to the mission start. In contrast, with the F-18 Hornet, you'll have the same capabilities of having 4 team members and 8 donors. What is also important to note is that any aircraft with a TNDL STN can be added to the member or donor network, not just other FA-18s. The Apache is also getting an update to its data link. It will allow you to send TSD points, tactical reports, or text messages via radios. Each member will need a unique Datalink originator ID. You'll be able to connect with up to 10 other aircraft. Note that this Datalink is different from the ones used in aircraft like the F-16 Viper and the F-18 Hornet, and they cannot exchange data. Matt Wagner from Eagle Dynamics has a full video showing you how to set the new Datalink features for the Viper, Hornet, and Apache. Links will be in the description. The A-10 Tank Killer will also be getting an update to its Datalink. You'll be able to customize your Datalink members consisting of up to 4 team members and 12 donors using the mission editor based on track numbers. At a later point, ED plans to add a second Datalink option that will be compatible with the Viper and Hornet. And now on to some news for the Mi-24 Hine, the Soviet crocodile. Recent development has been focused on additional Petrovic AI features, an SPO10 RWR system update, and tuning of the swash plate control limits. Petrovic AI is getting new and more realistic target scan behavior to deal with the same issues that real crews cope with. You may have noticed that Petrovic AI now lists all the targets he can see only after his sight is enabled and can be slewed. ED decided to improve this interaction with Petrovic AI by restricting him to the same limits as a human operator. The new target scanning system involves a deeper analysis of the target area and its surroundings. It will analyze the target area for any threats in the vicinity. After that, the algorithm calculates a search time based on the number of objects surrounding the target. With this new system, only targets that are clearly in view will be recognized instantly, while targets that are hidden by trees, bushes, etc., the longer it will take for Petrovic to detect it. The updated SPO10 RWR will consist of 4 channels with completely independent processing, the same as in the real system. The radar detection calculations are physics-based. They calculate the radiation pattern of the transmitting source, the sensitivity of the receiving antennas, and the transmitting power of the emitter. This translates to detecting low-power radar emitters in short range and vice versa. Detection range will also vary based on bearing to the emitter source. For certain radars, the range can also be judged based on how frequent the detections are. The system will now only detect emission sources within the operating frequency range of the RWR. For instance, early warning and search radars and some other radar types will not be detected. ED is also refining the pitch and roll channels authority based on comparison data. Their earlier version was based on the MI24V swash plate limits. Compared to new MI24P data, it should have less authority in pitch and roll, and they are correcting this discrepancy. This will make DCS MI24P Hine more responsive to pitch and roll input changes. Now let's move on to some air-to-air radar updates for the F-16 and F-18. They'll be getting phase 2 of their radar model update. The first phase was to implement the calculation detection range based on pulse repetition frequency, average transmitted power, receiver noise figure, antenna area, and signal to noise ratio. In phase 2 of the radar model update, ED will account for the fluctuation of target RCS, noise variability, mode-specific range and Doppler resolution, and atmospheric propagation loss. This update will provide a more realistic simulation of radar detection probabilities that will have more variable detection ranges, low-quality spurious detections, more accurate RCS effects, and modeling of radar modes. In a future update, Phase 3 will focus on false targets, look-down performance, and improved modeling of single-target track mode. I'll link the ED white paper in the description. Last but not least, a few things to keep on the radar is a new cinematic camera view. We're unsure of what that will be. There will also be improvements to AI aircraft. Again, no information there. And then there's the addition of the Nvidia DLSS support. Which version will we be getting? We'll have to wait and see. That's it for this episode of DCS Radar. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.